Hello YouTube, it's Jonas Wheefield here. Gonna be doing another console review. Obviously, this time I kinda thought I should do it on the PlayStation 2. Um, yeah, I'll do the PlayStation 1 sometime. But, yeah, as for right now, let's do the PlayStation 2. So, the PlayStation 2 came out 2003. Yeah, around that time. I'm not sure the exact date, but I'm pretty sure it came out in 2003. The lifespan was from 2003 to all the way to 2013. This year it died out in January, or production was stopped, I should say. Um, it had one of the longer lifespans of any video game console ever. Its main years were from 2003 to 2005, till was eventually more kind of killed off by both the Wii and the Xbox 360. Yeah. So basically, it sold more consoles than any other console, or sold more consoles than any other company has, more than Nintendo, Sega, um, Microsoft, any of those guys. The system that it outsold to get this prize was the NES, Nintendo Entertainment System. And for years, since the 80s, it seemed like nothing could ever beat that. It was just awesome. But the PS2 did, and the games on the PS2 it had great games on it. It had Thrillville, Star Wars Battlefront, um, yeah, it had Call of Duty on it, Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas, Liberty City Stories. Well, that was more PSP game, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah, it had all those games. Ace Combat was another one. It was a good one. And well, I believe the last game I ever saw advertised on the PS2, but I've never seen the PS2 version in stores or never heard of it since the commercial. But last game I heard that was on the PS2 that was made for the PS2 was Call of Duty World at War. Um, yeah, I know it's weird. Yeah. The controllers, though, on this system, I really shouldn't have to explain. Besides, I need to say they're wired and they go in the front of the console. But you know what they look like. They have the triangle, the square, the circle, and the X, and they have the R2 and L2 buttons, the D-pad, the two analog sticks, start, select, and the analog button. That's the whole thing. You know what they look like. There were two versions of the PS2. I have them both. One is the little slim version, and the other is the original big fat version. I prefer the big fat version. I don't know why. It just seems better. So, yeah, that's the PS2. In my opinion, it was the greatest gaming system ever made. Better than Xbox, NES, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, better than all of them. There's no doubt about that. It's my favorite. It has my favorite games on it. Star Wars Battlefront 2 is my favorite game ever created. And I realized it was on the Xbox. I had an original Xbox also, but I just preferred the PS2. I preferred the controllers, preferred the buttons. I didn't like the white and black start and select buttons. I preferred to have them like named, and I preferred them to have a specific shape, not color. And yeah, that is my opinion on the PS2. I believe it could just it's better than any game station ever made, in my opinion. And I've played a lot of them. I haven't played them all. I haven't played the CDI, any of those rare game stations, but I have played a lot. So, until next time, goodbye, YouTube.